First of all, for RCB to go well, they've got to form a great relationship with the ground that they are playing on. It's a very peculiar situation. RCB is the only team that has won less than 50% of its matches playing at home in the last few years, and there's a reason for that. All the other outstation teams love coming and playing in Bangalore. They should actually worry about going to play away games, but it's such an interesting venue that everybody else likes to come and play there. And after 2016, 2024 was the first time when they played all their matches at home and qualified. I know there were COVID years in between. So the first thing about this season for RCB is that they've got to befriend that surface for themselves and make it difficult somehow for the opposition. And I think in the way they've structured that team, they've taken note of that, because it's a very, very powerful hitting side. But we'll come to that in just a moment. The second thing that strikes me about RCB this year, and it surprised me a little bit, was that they let Faf du Plessis go. They're probably thinking, look, Faf is 40, this is a 3-year cycle, will he be good enough for us over the next 2 or 3 years? We don't suddenly want to change captains, teams midstream. It must have been a very, very difficult decision, because Faf, both as captain and as opener, was a fantastic player for them. Faf and Virat Kohli scored more runs as an opening combination the last 2 years than anybody else. They scored it at a fantastic strike rate. Faf du Plessis was scoring at 164, and you see around on the franchise circuit is still very good. So there's a Faf-sized hole that they've got to fill, both as opener and as captain. Now let's see how they're doing that one. The opener role is easier. We'll come to that in a minute. They've gone with Rajat Patidar as captain. It's a huge show of faith in a young player, well, young in terms of being around at the highest level. He's about 30, 31, but a player of enormous potential, extraordinary ability, fine player of spin. So someone who's not worried about his place. He had a very good season last year, but as captain of a franchise with the most unbelievable fan base, Rajat Patidar will have to be ready before the first game starts, and more than anything else, form a very, very close working relationship with Virat Kohli. Because there are some players, even if they are not the captain, they're the leader of the side. Everybody is looking at them. Everybody is gravitating around them. Virat Kohli is a huge leader for RCB. So the Patidar-Kohli relationship will have to be strong. At one level, Patidar will have to be his own person. At one level, he'll have to lean on Virat Kohli. So that arrangement will form a big part of what happens with RCB this year. Now let's go and see how they've structured their side. No Faf. They wanted someone very powerful, because when you're playing at RCB, there's a new auction. You've got to rebuild again. That's one of the frustrating things about the IPL, but it's the purse that gives it the strength. And so suddenly, there's a new look KKR side. They had to go heavy on retentions. Retained Rinku Singh, big show of confidence there. Varun Chakravarti, Sunil Narayan, Andre Russell, and they got Harshit Rana in and Ramandeep Singh in at base prices. What that meant though was they created a core, but they didn't have enough money to go after the big players. And once Shreyas Iyer could not stay on, they had to find another captain as well. So all of a sudden they're champions, but there's upheaval, and they have to find replacements for 3 key players: Shreyas Iyer, Phil Salt, Mitch Starc. So let's see how they've gone about it. First of all, they needed to find a captain. They went big on Venkatesh Iyer. Now, if you followed KKR over the years, you'd realize they are very big on loyalty. They're very big on staying with players who have done well for them in the past. And I think they would have told Venkatesh Iyer, look, there's a reason we've not retained you, but come what may, we'll get you back at the auction. Come what may became 23.5 crores, because RCB thought they wanted Venkatesh Iyer as their captain. And so they went big on Iyer as well. So the moment you pay 23.5, you don't have that much money left to chase a Salt or a Starc. So Venkatesh Iyer needs to have a big season for them. There's such a lot of pressure, and I hope they've told him, you did not go out on a limb and ask for that kind of money. If you got it, fantastic, but you did not ask for it, so don't let the pressure of the money affect you. But KKR have been very prudent here. They've realized that whatever you say